So as many of you guys have seen, Homixide Gang is going to be finally releasing their upcoming album, Homixide Lifestyle 2, this Friday. Felt like they've been teasing and hinting at the project for quite some time. Really doesn't matter, it's finally releasing this Friday. We did see the tracklist get leaked, and this album is going to be the first time we're ever going to see every single OPM member on one project. We've heard the Ken song, we've heard the Lone song, the Carti song is completely unheard, but they got a good amount of fire snippets in the tuck, and I'm not going to lie, I'm pretty hyped for Homixide Lifestyle 2, so this is everything you guys need to know about Homixide Gang's new album. So to start off the video, as you guys can see right here, this is going to be the cover art for Homixide Lifestyle 2, pretty much the same thing as Homixide Lifestyle 1. Obviously the new album is going to be the sequel from Homixide Lifestyle 1, which actually dropped 2022, so 3 years later we're finally getting the sequel. And I'm not gonna lie, I really did enjoy Homixide Lifestyle 1. That's honestly my favorite project from Homixide Gang, and as of recent, to be quite honest, I've kind of fell out with their music since like Snot or Not 2023. I haven't really been too crazy for their new music, but I'm not gonna lie, going into Homixide Lifestyle 2, I actually do have a decent amount of hype going into this new album. Obviously, one, we can get into it from the track list. As you guys can see right here, it is going to be 25 songs, which is kind of insane, but I'm not really complaining because this is going to be the first ever album with every single person from the label on the track list. As you guys can see right here, track 6 featuring Ken Carson, same thing with track 10 featuring Playboi Carti, alongside track 20 being Destroy Lonely. And in regards to all the features from the OPM members so far, we have heard 2 of the 3, right? Because we have heard PB&J, we heard that on stream, maybe like 2-3 days ago, something like that. I'm not gonna lie, Ken absolutely walked on this feature. He went insane. Homixide Gang both did their thing. I would say, in my opinion, Michi had the better of the verses, but Bino definitely did his thing on this track. Everybody, I'm gonna say everybody got an A+ on the group project. They all spazzed. And for this song right here, I'd say it's more so like a more chaos type of beat. And really, for like all the leaks that I've heard so far, it does seem to be that Homixide Gang is stepping away from the guitar sound, which definitely is a good thing, at least to me, because I was kind of burnt off that Homixide Gang, you know, guitar, rage, you know, mosh pit type thing. I low-key think that they overused that sound, so it was definitely dope to hear this song with Lone, alongside the same thing with Destroy Lonely, because we have heard this one as well. I'm pretty sure Shopping Bags is the one we heard the other day on stream, which is more so like a Destroy Lonely type beat. And same thing for the feature with Ken. Everybody did their thing on this song. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I do prefer the Ken song. Ken absolutely walked on this song. If you haven't heard it, I'd honestly say just wait at this point because it does release tomorrow night. But Ken definitely did his thing on this. Same thing with Lone, but I just do slightly prefer the Ken song right there, right? And as you guys can see right here, it is going to be 25 tracks, which in my opinion is a little crazy for Homixide Gang. I feel like they should keep their projects more so shorter. What was Homixide Lifestyle 1? 18, but 25 is a lot of tracks. I'm not gonna lie. I wonder how long this project is going to be, but it really don't matter because we're gonna listen to every single song on the project, right? And of course there is the Carti feature alongside Homixide Mali and R5 Homixide, and this is coming from Purple Matter, which is a pretty legit source. Pretty much the track list he puts out, he's correct on the track list, so this should be the track list to expect. And then obviously we got to talk about the Carti feature, which is going to be the first official Homixide Gang alongside Carti song. Of course they do have songs, but this is going to be the first official one on streaming platforms, right? Because they were left off the meter for some reason. I don't know why. That was just Ken, Lone, Carti. This is going to be the first Homixide Gang alongside Carti, and we have some indicators as to what it might sound like. 42 CEO said, by the way, that Carti x Homixide Gang song is effing insane. Then he claimed that Carti will use the Opium Baby voice on the upcoming feature Homixide Gang titled Chop Shop right here.
Same
this
voice.
Is what 42 said.
Same voice.
Same voice as OPM, and I don't think 42 is capping because I believe he's heard the album already, or I think he like interviewed Homixide Gang or they went on his stream, and I think they showed him the entirety of the album. So that's that in regards to the Carti feature, which is definitely a good sign because one, I definitely want to hear more of the Opium Baby voice, and two, I would like to see a switch up from the recent features. It's been a lot of deep voice. Let's see if Carti switches up the voice, and according to 42 CEO, that is definitely what's going down. So we will be there. First album with every single OPM member is kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna be a really dope first listen. We will be there, right? And then they do have a good amount of snippets going into the project, but I'm not gonna lie. This is definitely the standout one for me. This is Proud Filthy. This is called Can't Stop, I believe. This one is nasty, bro. This is insane. This needs to be on Homixide Lifestyle 2. I need to hear because this definitely gives off. Let me see that Uzi work, that type of vibe. This hard, bro. There's no like Bino and Lucci rapping on it, but this beat is so nasty. Proud Filthy.
Wake up, Filthy.
This is gonna be hard, bro. I can just imagine listening to Pitch. This is gonna be insane. Yeah, Filthy spaz on it right there. They have this like cool little sample in the background. Filthy's tag just like hits a million times. This is honestly my most anticipated song going into Homixide Lifestyle 2. I really don't know any other like snippets. I'm not that tapped in with Homixide Gang like that, but this is definitely one I do want to see. Alongside, if it's the same songs, the Ken song, he slid. The Lone song, they all went crazy. And let's see what this Homixide Gang X Carti song is gonna hit for. But that's pretty much everything we know about Homixide Lifestyle 2 so far, right? This is the cover, this is the track list, we've seen the features, this is a snippet right here. We got some intel in regards to the Carti snippet. Let's see it. We will be there tomorrow night, Thursday night at midnight. If you guys like this video, like, comment, share, and subscribe. It's MONEYMAY, and I'm out. Thank you guys.